Yeah, I find that writing from experience is almost like therapy. It's very cathartic. Now, I had heard that, and I didn't really understand that or appreciate that when I was writing. Um, you develop a character that finds themselves in a certain situation or scenario, and this is how they deal with it, or you try and put thoughts into their mind, of course, to develop the character. And where are those thoughts coming from? Your own mind. And so there's a lot of me in the book, and I didn't realise that until I started the first big edit, and then I thought, wow, and once it's out and it's down on the page, yes, it is almost like therapy in that it's out there, you've said what you've had to say. Now, whether that now goes into a bottom drawer somewhere, never to be discussed or see the light of day, or whether you're brave enough, shall we say, to share that, um, who knows? But really, I would go along with that. I would say that it's been, it is a deeply personal thing. It's not intended to be semi-autobiographical at all. I am not one of the characters, but obviously many of my thoughts and views and emotions and reactions and so on are contained in there somewhere. The clues are there if you're looking for them, let's put it that way. Now, I found the whole writing of the book challenging, personally challenging, but very rewarding. I've taken on some quite big challenges in my life, and when you start out writing a book and you think it's going to be so many thousand words or so many pages, it's like starting a marathon, I guess. You have to get over that psychological hurdle of taking the first step, so putting the first word on the page. But when it flows, it flows. And so after the first paragraph, and then it's the first chapter, and then you realise, hey, I'm onto something here. It's really difficult to stop after that. So you have to be very disciplined, I think, to get up in the morning, to do these things, to say, today I'm going to write that chapter or develop that character, or even if it's I'm going to do so many words in a row, then you have to stick at it. And no matter what anybody tells you, writing a book is challenging. And one of the biggest challenges is the editing. And I had read about that and thought, I can't see the problem with that. It's only my own words I'm editing. But the truth is, or my truth is, you never finish editing it. Even when you think it's finished, it's polished, it's done. If you read through it, there's always something you want to change. And so at some stage, again, you've got to be disciplined enough to say, enough. It is what it is. I close it, I hand it over, and good luck. So that's that bit. I just wanted to write a book to entertain people. I didn't really have a story that needed to get out there to change the world, or write, the story of Ian or anything like that. I just wanted to entertain people. I have a good sense of humour. I like to think I do. Maybe that's the Irish heritage. A good dose of the crack, spelt C-R-A-I-C, for those who think you might mean something else. And I like reading Ben Elton novels. British people would know who that is. He started off as a stand-up comedian, but has gone on to be a successful film and script writer, and he's had movies and stage plays and so on. His books are very humorous, but often have a message as well. On this particular novel, there might be a few messages in there for those people that are looking at them, but it's not some great moralistic tale. It's just entertainment, and I've written the book with that in mind, and that was very important to me. Yeah, my family have been very, very supportive of me writing the novel, understanding, because not every author, but again, my style, I have to shut myself off. I'm a morning person. That's when I'm at my most productive. So I found myself getting up at perhaps 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and writing. But then I couldn't be disturbed. Now, when you've got 2 young kids in the house, obviously who want to see what dad's up to, or it's in the middle of the school run, or it's their holiday or something like that, my wife, I would be able to say to her, look, you do the morning shift, I'll do the afternoon shift. So I'll come out of my man cave at about 11 or 12 o'clock and I'll do stuff in the afternoon. But when I'm writing, really, if I get the rhythm broken, then that's it. but also found that I needed time out from the book. As I mentioned, obviously I have my HR, my human resources commitments, but I still have to have some family time and some Ian time. You'll find me on my bike more often than not, and that's thinking space, but it's exercise, it's energy, and so on. I'm very fortunate. I can go mountain biking virtually from my front door, and it's fantastic, and it's challenging, wet or dry. I'm out there now. Some people are telling me I might be a little bit too old for that these days. You know, bits are falling off. Me, not the bike, and that's maybe that's the case, but who knows? For now, I love it, and it really is me. I'm getting my son into it, but we also spend a fair amount of time, on the river, or by the river, in the sea, or generally exploring the best that the Sunshine Coast has to offer. That's the reason for being here. Beautiful part of the world, and we're really enjoying that.